These reviews are just my opinions based off of the sleds I've ridden in the past and my ownership experiences over the years. Your opinion may differ, but I hope you can still find value in the videos, and I appreciate you watching.
So this is the Blast M 146 2-inch track like the Riot X has. I kind of wanted to try that out, see how the 2-inch track is on trail, and then I figured I would hopefully get on a Riot X. These are a 1-cylinder 400 liquid cooled. They almost sound like a 4-stroke. It's definitely interesting. As far as like stability goes, so far just sitting, the track felt decently stable, or the alpha rail felt decently stable. You can feel it a little already going down the trail that it's definitely a bit more, it definitely moves more, you know what I mean? It's got the same brake as the regular Riot, and I'm sure all of the other sleds. It's got a little gauge on it, but it feels like a very justifiable gauge for the type of sled that it is. Ski pressure holding still was a little heavy, but yeah, now going it's nice and light. I will say, like, when you kind of just jerk the bars, the sled does really like dive into that. The power down low feels good. I'm at what I would kind of consider mid-range, you know, like 40. Obviously on this sled it's going to be a much lower mid-range, but 40, you know, there's not really a ton left there. Obviously the sled's not meant for me, so like ergo wise it's a little low, but like, you know, I mean, it's meant for someone much smaller, so I'm sure if you were, you know, under 6 foot 6'1", you'd feel better. It's so weird, it almost feels like you're, like one of your cylinders isn't firing, but there's only one. Very gradual power, like super linear. There really aren't any like spikes, or like you're not like hitting a sudden mid-range and just gaining power. It's just a very smooth, and down low a little jerky, but I'm talking like that was like under 15, you know, a little bit higher up. I don't notice it as bad. Yeah, a little jerky down low, really like kind of aggressive engagement, you know, like right there, but I think it's something you'd learn quickly if you own the sled. Definitely more inside ski lift, but you know, you got one suspension rail back there. I would say for what I expected, at least on this sled, it's much lessened. Ooh, okay, there, yeah, that was a little intense. feels very cruisable though, very comfortable on the trail. Like I said, as you get kind of above that 15-mile-an-hour mark, it's not jerky or anything. So, you know, I don't feel like a kid or someone with less experience would ever feel out of control power-wise. I'm curious if this has a sway bar on it. Some of the characteristics make it feel like it does, because it kind of can keep the inside ski lift minimized when you're on power. But if you come into a corner a little hot, it kind of feels like that's when it's pulling up. So I'll have to look at it when we do our little turnaround. But controls feel good, bars feel like they're at a decent width. Like I said, a little bit short, but nothing too crazy. Makes sense for what kind of sled it is. Is it? Yeah. I can feel it a little bit on that one, you know. I can feel a little bit more inside ski lift, but
if you get some inside ski lift,
yeah,
with the rail, it really throws you.
Does it? Yeah.
It's fun, man. The blasts are just like sparks.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
They're fine, but yeah.
The biggest thing I noticed was they almost sound like they're running on one. They only have one cylinder, but they almost sound broken when you hit the gas. You know what I mean?
It was just like, I don't know, like I'm used to even your sled wasn't that light, and I was just all sounding like, this is weird, man.
Yeah.
Hit like a pretty big piece of snow and it almost chucked me, and I was like, that sled is not heavy enough.
I don't think that the M had a sway bar on it, so like sometimes it'd feel stable, and then it would catch like new snow a weird way, and it would just be like boom. The Riot X wasn't like that though. They have the same skid, and it felt pretty stable because it has a sway bar on it. But yeah, it was interesting.